light is ready to shine throughout Glasgow and Scotland once again. Hopes and dreams sealed and shattered in a single breath. Be there when new European champions are crowned.
Our thanks go to sponsors and partners without whom this event would not be possible. Funding partner, Sport England. Official partners, Tier, Merthyr Pools. Endorsed product, Sports Systems. Host city, marketing Sheffield and Sheffield International venues.
And Stephen Jameson alongside me. We're here for that, and we are all geared up for tonight's finals.
Yeah, we certainly are. Lots of good swimming this morning, and we're looking forward to seeing the very best of our age groups tonight as well in their respective finals. Onus is on you, ladies and gentlemen, inside Ponds Forge, to really bring the noise this evening, and we fully expect you to do so.
Had some very exciting action in the heats this morning for day 2 as well, and those finals will be coming up very shortly indeed. Just a reminder as well, ladies and gentlemen, please no flash photography over the course of the evening. That's during the start and during the races as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So then, Ponds Forge, are we ready for tonight? Well then, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to poolside our referees and their team of technical officials. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your referees, Helen Summerhill and Jackie Beard-Jones. Your starters for this evening's session are Rhiannon Edwards and John Davis. And ladies and gentlemen, your technical director, Roger Pryor. Thank you, officials.
Now, before we start our session this evening, ladies and gentlemen, today marks a very sad day in the world of swimming, and tributes have been paid to Swim England's National Talent Officer, Fred Furness, who has died at the age of 64. Fred passed away peacefully on the 9th of July. He was a dearly loved partner to Helen, dad to Paul, Mark and Tom, devoted brother to Kath, Vaughn and twin Bill, and a loving granddad, uncle and nephew. Fred began his illustrious 25-year career in swimming at Rotherham before moving to Kirklees in the late 1970s and early 80s. Fred moved eastwards in the mid-80s in the first of 2 stints in Norwich, before returning again in 2002 to help Norwich Penguins and the University of East Anglia become one of the most successful performance-focused environments in the country, and saw Fred cement his reputation as one of the leading coaches in the country. This was evident during arguably his most successful period in coaching in Sheffield during the 90s. Fred built the foundations for the current juggernaut that is City of Sheffield Swimming. He was instrumental in setting in place a production line of international swimmers coming out of Sheffield during that time. Alan Rapley, Karen Mellor and Janko Gojkovic were just some of his successes, all Olympians and all coached by Fred. In 2006, under the guidance of Bill Sweetenham and working with colleagues Fred Kirby, Nick Hepwood and Martin Woodruff, Fred moved off the pool deck to begin his first stint in mentorship. Changes in the system allowed Fred to return to his first love of coaching in 2009 at Lincoln Vulcan Swimming Club. Within 3 years, Fred once again had swimmers on international junior and senior teams, and the Vulcans were thriving at National League finals. Following his success and acknowledging his ability to support the wider swimming family, Fred returned to the talent team at Swim England, then the ASA, in 2013. He became the go-to person for technical knowledge and support for coaches and clubs, specifically across the Northwest, Northeast and West Midlands regions. Fred could always be relied upon and would never turn down a request for help from a coach. He spoke to many audiences across all 4 corners of the country, regardless of day or time. One of his most recent successes was leading the 2017 England Commonwealth Youth Games team in the Bahamas last year. He came home with medals galore, full of pride. Such were Fred's achievements that he featured in the British Swimming Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Everyone here, at British Swimming and at Swim England, pass on their condolences to Fred's family at this difficult time. 300 people attended today's funeral, which is a mark of the man. Please show your appreciation by way of a minute's applause for the life of Fred Furness.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and officials, you may now be seated.
Without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to crack on with our evening session. Plenty to come as myself and Jonathan mentioned a little bit earlier. Do keep in touch with us, hashtag SE Swimming. Really looking forward to tonight. Let us know who you're supporting, where you're cheering them on, and any special mentions you'd like to point us out. Hashtag SE Swimming. Really, really looking forward to tonight. We'll start with a couple of para swimming races and then into the women's 100-metre fly. All of this morning's events will see their finals tonight, and we will crown our age group champions. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our very first race of the evening. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's multi-class 200 metres individual medley final. In 0 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Leah O'Connell. In 1 from Cockermouth, Drew Stables. In 2 from Derwentside, Jay McCabe. In 3 from City of Salford, Georgia Sheffield. In 4 from City of Derby, Megan Neve. In 5 from Warrington, Coral Farrell. In 6 from Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. In 7 from Borough of Kirklees, Aliyah Batakoglu. In 8 from Grantham, Hayley Milne. And in 9 from Littlehampton, Georgia Howell. This is the women's multi-class 200 metres individual medley final.
Off we go then with the finals action in day number 2. And as Steve said, there are 2 multi-class finals coming up now. Of course, the women first, and then we will have the men. Now, these swimmers have been seeded in their lanes based on their heat times this morning, but of course, as we all know now in multi-class swimming, it is about the points that you get at the end of a race. And those points are worked out based on the times that the swimmers get in conjunction with their classification's world record. So it's no surprise that we're seeing that the formation that we've got at the moment, the big U shape in the pool, signifying that this one is going to form in terms of times. And that also signals that the points are probably going to be very close together as well. But it is an individual medley, and tide always shifts on the different strokes in this. So at the halfway point is Megan Neve of City of Derby leading the way in the SM14 category. Georgia Sheffield as well, the youngster, just 13 years of age here, a Salford swimmer. And those two very much level at the moment. Of course, they are both aware that whoever leads out of those two will certainly have one swimmer behind them in the final standings. So with a chance of gold, they have to make sure they beat the swimmers in their own classification. In that respect, it's a bit like when you have 2 swimmers in the pool who are in the same age group. Also in the pool, a couple of SM10 swimmers, Drew Stables in 1, Coral Farrell in 5, and Aliyah Batakoglu of Borough of Kirklees in 7. Just the one SM13 swimmer as well in Katie Crowhurst. Now, we will not know our winner until SM6 swimmer Georgia Howell in lane 9 touches in. She is the only SM6 swimmer in the pool, so we'll have no one else in this final to compare her swim to. However, we certainly do with our swimmers in lanes 3 and 4, and it's Megan Neve leading the way, coming into the final 10 metres or so of this by around half a body length, so she'll definitely win the battle of the SM14s here, Megan Neve. But what will be her score? 563, which is at 6 seconds, at 6 points, should I say, ahead of Georgia Sheffield, but 593 for Coral Farrell of Warrington in lane 5. And that is a seriously good score that throws the cats in amongst the pigeons. Jay McCabe on 574, currently holds second spot. So third still for Megan Neve, but we are relying on the two SM7s coming in, and it looks like it will be Hayley Milne who leads out of those, and she will as well. So what will her score be? 549 and 527 for Leah O'Connell. But as we say, in multi-class swimming, we do not know who has touched in with the most points until our last swimmer has come in, and Georgia Howell is that now, coming home, 513. So we wait for the confirmation of those scores in ascending order. Looks like Coral Farrell on 593 with that time there of 2:52.42. That's a new PB as well for Coral Farrell. It's 5:74 for Jay McCabe. He can swim quicker as well. It's a season's best for her, but quite a few seconds still off her PB. And 5:63 for Megan Neve. So we'll just await the confirmation of that. There could be a possible DQ in there that our officials are just conferring at the moment. So we'll not speculate on that, and we'll wait for the results to come up in confirmed order very shortly. But now we'll look at the hashtag SE Swimming, where lots of you already have been getting in touch. Simon Richards sat at home. He was here last week for the British Swimming Summer Championship, but he's got it on as well. Hashtag Let's Go Royal and hashtag Faster Finals. And Nicole also says, good luck to Avril Bowler in the 50-metre freestyle. Your twin sister is watching all the way from the Welsh border. Smash it, go Team Terriers. Chris says, good luck to Matthew Woodall in the 200 free final, and all the City of Sheffield swimmers racing in the finals tonight. Swim fast and make yourself proud. Mays as well says, best of luck to my brother Callum Steadman, who is racing in the men's 200 breaststroke 15-year age group. So confirmation of those results, no DQ in there, so Farrell from McCabe from Neve. And the podium finishers in that final.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's multi-class 200 metres individual medley final. In 0 from Scarborough, Angus Leckenby. In 1 from Kingston upon Hull, Owen Garsides. In 2 from Bridlington, Charlie Coulomb. In 3 from Mount Kelly, Benjamin Granger. In 4 from Billingham, Adam Wyborn. In 5 from Hastings, Callum Pearson. In 6 from Leatherhead, Connor Ballard. In 7 from Cockermouth, Evan Holt. In 8 from City of Coventry, Joshua Fairchild. And in 9 from Bournemouth Collegiate, Leo McRae. This is the men's multi-class 200 metres individual medley final.
Well, Angus Lackenby certainly knows how to please a crowd, doesn't he? Well pumped up for this one. Big wave to the crowd as well on the far side, and there'll certainly any neutrals here. We'll be wanting the Scarborough man to win this one. He got a season's best as well earlier on today of 2:45.97, so no wonder he's pumped up for tonight under the Ponds Falls lights. Favourites for this one, certainly the likes of your S10 swimmers. There's quite a lot of them. Adam Wyburn in lane 4, the quickest of them earlier with a time of 2:33.83, which was just over half a second off the personal best he recorded earlier on this year. Already this week, managed to bag first in the 100 freestyle final. Benjamin Granger as well in lane 3 already has a medal around his neck. 100 breaststroke silver from last night, but of course it's all about the here and now in this 200 IM. And at the halfway point is Wyburn leading the way. Now, as we say, it's not about who touches him first in this, it's about who manages to get the most points. But when you look at the number of SN10 swimmers that are taking part in this, 5 in total, you lead out of those, you've got a really good opportunity of breaking into the podium positions. Likewise, the SM14 swimmers as well, 4 of those. So your winner of your SM10, if they can manage to trump the SM14 swimmers, then they'll get at least a silver. Leo McRae of Bournemouth Collegiate swimming on his own in that respect, which can be very difficult, but it is something that those in the lower classifications are used to at national level, so they won't be fazed by that. And that is where they rely on the support of the crowd and teammates and coaches as well. But we look onto the final stage of this 200 IM, and turning first with relative ease is Callum Pearson of Hastings in lane 5. 25 metres to go. He's got around a 2 body length lead over the likes of Benjamin Granger in lane 3 and Adam Wyburn as well of Billingham. Strong swim from Callum Pearson, who was 3.5 seconds slower than his PB earlier on this morning. But he will get a new PB now by quite a few seconds, 617. That is really impressive. And if that's not the highest score we've seen so far this week, then it is certainly up there. At 5.84 then for Adam Wyburn. Benjamin Granger just 4 points behind him. So good stuff for the SM10s. And the SM14s failing to beat that, and it's no real surprise. 617 is good stuff from Callum Pearson. So 5.84 for Adam Wyburn in second, and Benjamin Granger in third. Leo McRae, will he have any influence over the top 3? Almost, but not quite enough. 557, but still some very solid scores on the board. So Pearson from Wyburn from Granger as the men leave the pool there from that multi-class 200 IM final. 617, a very good score for Pearson.
Here we go then with our next event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 12-13 years 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Jessica Hanley. In 1 from City of Bristol, Jessica Lawton. In 2 from Tynemouth, Lola Morales. In 3 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Chloe Harris. In 4 from Sevenoaks, Eva Acaro. In 5 from Stockport Metro, Eliza Pinkstone. In 6 from Dereham, Ruby Douglas. In 7 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Isabel Eiley. In 8 from City of Sheffield, Grace Conroy. And in 9 from St Ives, Bethan Endicott. This is the women's 12-13 years 100 metres butterfly final.
8 of these 10 swimmers earlier on today managing to get their personal best. The theme of the week, certainly when you have the 12 to 13-year-old swimmers out there in the pool. Eva Akaro was the quickest of them, 105.08. There's a really good atmosphere inside Ponds Forge tonight, a very positive one indeed, and it's supporting these swimmers all the way to the finish as they turn past the halfway point. Akaro in first in lane 4. It's Eliza Pinkstone of Stockport Metro situated in second. Lola Morales has got a real race in her hands with Chloe Harris as well in lane 3, and there's a few on the far side as well wanting to get involved. The likes of Douglas, Eiley and Conroy as they come as a 3 really towards the front, but look at the main 4 now. Lane 2 Morales just behind Harris Akaro, and has Pinkstone got there at the wall? Oh yes she has. New PB for Pinkstone, a 104.87. It's also the first time that Eva Akaro has managed to dip under 105 as well, as she claims silver. Chloe Harris in third. Really tough battle for bronze. 105.10. Time for her.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming thick and fast. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 14 years 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Handball, Lydia Parker. In 1 from Stockport Metro, Beatrice Clover. In 2 from Millfield, Rhiannon Evans. In 3 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Meadow Dronsfield. In 4 from City of Leicester, Kiana Kowal. In 5 from City of Birmingham, Lauren Knight. In 6 from City of Liverpool, Lewis Keys. In 7 from Bromley, Alicia Corver. In 8 from Borough of Kirklees, Millie Boulding. And in 9 from Newcastle, Anna O'Brien. This is the women's 14 years 100 metres butterfly final.
City of Birmingham definitely held herself under the water for quite a while there in the start of that one, and she's got a decent start under her belt as well, but she's not alone, as you'd expect. You never are over the course of 100 metres, and the fly as well, a very tough stroke indeed to execute to perfection. Millie Boulding in lane 8 up there at this moment in time, and Meadow Dronsfield as well in lane 3 as they turn at the wall. It is Dronsfield leading the way. Her time earlier on, half a second off of her personal best that she managed to attain earlier on this year. She was also last year's Summer Nationals bronze medalist in the 50 fly, but double the distance, and maybe she's twice as high on the podium as well if she breaks into the final 20 metres. She just seems to have a nose in front here of cross-Pennine rival Millie Boulding in lane 8 of Borough of Kirklees. It's a real chase towards the wall, but here come the central two, Kiana Cowell and Laura Knight. Will they manage to catch Dronsfield? The answer is no. 104.86 for Dronsfield. A big new PB for her. Cowell drops 0.4 of a second for her PB as well, and Knight gets third. Top 3 all getting PBs. In fact, you can add Millie Boulding to that as well, but she just misses out on bronze.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. It is up next. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 15 years 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Portsmouth North Sea, Faye Francis. In 1 from Team Jorvik, Meredith Harness. In 2 from Hoddesdon, Libby Dunford. In 3 from Bromley, Annabelle Smith. In 4 from City of Sunderland, Caitlin Cambrook. In 5 from City of Oxford, Delphine Little. In 6 from Brighton, Maisie Thornton. In 7 from Mid-Sussex, Charlotte Johnson. In 8 from Reading, Daisy Lovegrove. And in 9 from Guildford City, Paige Coombs. This is the women's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly final.
Two down the spine of the pool, Caitlin Cambrook in 4 and Delphine Little in 5. Not only our quickest from earlier on, but also the ones riding on the biggest wave of momentum at the moment. The only two to manage to secure personal bests from this morning's heats. And that also just a little bit of doubt in there as well as to what the rest of the pool are going to be capable of here. But Caitlin Cambrook, City of Sunderland swimmer, marching in front after the first 50 metres. Annabelle Smith of Bromley second on the turn there, with Faye Francis getting off to a decent start as well for Portsmouth North Sea, but she's certainly not got clear daylight between her and the rest of the pool, who are all pretty much bunched together. In fact, spanning from lane 0 to 5, it's very close to call between them at the moment, with the likes of Annabelle Smith in lane 3, Libby Dunford as well of Hoddesdon in 2, all trying to get themselves up towards the top of the tree, but Caitlin Cambrook is hogging that at the moment. Delphine Little is trying to bite back as they come into the wall. And Cambrook has done it with a new PB, 1:04.83 the winning time. Improvements on the time as well for Delphine Little as she has to settle for silver. And an awesome performance on the outside lane from Faye Francis of Portsmouth. More medals, more PBs, and even more happy parents here tonight. Cambrook from Little, from Francis in the women's 15 years 100 fly.
Without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next final. Please welcome the athletes to the poolside for the women's 16 years 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Mia Burns. In 1 from Wolverhampton, Megan Dean. In 2 from York City, Ella Fisher. In 3 from City of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. In 4 from Vic Kastrup, Yulia Svendsen. In 5 from City of Oxford, Emily Ford. In 6 from Grantham, Abigail Farkas. In 7 from Plymouth Leander, Victoria Adams. In 8 from Wigan, Jodie Gittins. And in 9 from City of Oxford, Tiana Porter. This is the women's 16 years, 100 metres butterfly final.
So off we go in our first possible awarding here of a commemorative medal of the night. Yulia Svendsen of Denmark going in lane number 4. PB registered for her this morning of 1:04.06. In fact, more or less every lane you look at, you've got a PB or a season's best scattered around in there somewhere. And she's certainly made the strongest start. 28.64 the split time. Out of our English swimmers, Emily Ford in lane 5 of City of Oxford leading the way, with Jessica Madonna of City of Liverpool in second, and Megan Dean as well in lane 1 of Wolverhampton, trying to jostle herself up towards that position. But it looks like another race that's going to form, with those down the central lanes really making up the hard work at the moment. Yulia Svendsen of Denmark looking good to top the podium here and get that commemorative gold, but who's going to get the Swim England gold along with it as well? Emily Ford of City of Oxford, more or less level. McDonough now towards the wall. Svensson wins overall, and the next one is McDonough. Ford and Farkas behind her. Yulia Svendsen with a cracking time of 1:02.74. It's a PB for her. And also on the podium with her will be McDonough with gold, Ford silver, and Farkas the bronze.
Time for our next event then, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Brompton, Spencer Williams. In 1 from Beausejour, Orla Raby. In 2 from Newcastle, Jane Brown. In 3 from North Lincolnshire Swim Squad, Holly Williams. In 4 from Denmark, Katrina Buch-Valesen. In 5, also from Denmark, Cecilia Virf. In 6 from Loftus, Hannah Trousdale. In 7 from Team Bath, Rhiannon Bowen. In 8 from Southport, Ella Johnson. And in 9 from Guildford City, Kiara Walsh. This is the women's 17 years and over 100 metres butterfly final.
Really smart start in lane 4 from Katrina Wilson of Denmark there, who will be looking to break the 60-second mark in this for the first time. 0.6 out in the heats earlier on. And you would be confident with the way that Denmark have been swimming here at Ponds Forge this week. So far, they'll be capable of doing that, and that split very encouraging as well. In the rest of the pool, Jane Brown of Newcastle doing very well in lane 2 at the moment, and she looks like she's leading out the English swimmers and leading quite well also. Just to her right hand side, Holly Williams in lane 3 trying to keep up with her, and also Hannah Trousdale in lane 6 of Loftus was doing well in the first 50, but it's difficult to maintain that. This is an inspired swim from Jane Brown in lane 2, but we'll look back to our Danish pair for now down the middle, where it looks as if Katrina Wilson is going to do this. Is it under a minute? It is. 59.82. Jane Brown has worked wonders there. 1:01.85 is a new PB by around half a second. And Cecilia Virf of Denmark in next, with Holly Williams and Rhiannon Bowen following. They'll all be on the podium.
Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next event. Please welcome to the poolside the finalists for the men's 13-14 years 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Basildon and Phoenix, Harrison Ryder. In 1 from City of Sheffield, Matthew Woodall. In 2 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Oliver Taylor. In 3 from Killer Whales, Noah Jameson-Neal. In 4 from Tigers Jersey, Thomas Defanes. In 5 from City of Salford, Max Adams. In 6 from Winchester, Oxford, Oscar Prieseman. In 7 from Worcester, Daniel Day. In 8 from Chester Street, Thomas English. And in 9 from City of Leicester, Daniel Kennedy. This is the men's 13-14 years, 200 metres freestyle final.
Thomas English may have felt a little bit left out earlier on. The only one out of these 10 swimmers able to record a personal best, but he wasn't too far outside of it at all. 0.21 was the difference between him and having PB written next to his name this morning. He's got a race to do it now, and what a time it would be to do it. It's a decent start from him as well after 50 metres. He's up in 3rd position. Daniel Day and Thomas Defanes as well, also up there. You can't miss Defanes with that white-yellow cap. It seems like all the Tigers jersey swimmers sticking their heads as they go into the pool. Not the biggest team. They had a very good week last week at the British Swimming Summer Championships. And looking to continue in the same vein as well. At the halfway point, 57.9 is the split for Defanes. Who earlier on got a time of 2:02.74, and that was over a second quicker than nearest rival Max Adams, who himself had a bit of a gap between him and Noah Jameson-Neal. And you can see how in lane 7, Daniel Day of Worcester is still applying the pressure. But everyone's struggling to keep up with the way Defanes is doing this race. Max Adams then in 2nd, 3rd still Daniel Day. The rest of the pool shaping up with Noah Jameson-Neal in lane 4, in 4th, Pterence in lane 3, and Oscar Prieseman of Winchester in lane 6 as they come towards the final throws of this one now. The final few urges from the spectator gallery on the far side for the likes of Thomas Defanes in front. 2nd still being occupied by Max Adams. 3rd is going to be close, but looks like Day will do it. Defanes wins it then. 2:01.67 is a new PB as well for Defanes. New PB for Max Adams in silver. And Daniel Day gets a new PB for bronze. Confirmation of those results up on the screen then. Well, they will be, sorry, shortly. And just making sure all the times present and correct. Look like Defanes, Adams and Day then. Don't forget to get in touch with us on the hashtag SE Swimming. And throughout the week, myself and Steve will be running competitions where you can win some tier prizes, courtesy of our fantastic sponsors over the course of the week. We haven't got one tonight. We thought we'd give you a bit of a day off, but tomorrow that will return. So if you are here on day 3, do make sure you listen out for that. So many tweets coming in at the moment. Oscar says, good luck to Lucy Adamson in the 200 breast final. You will do great. Hashtag Pocket Rocket. Amersham saying George did his first finals today, finishing 13th in the 100 fly. After going out nearly sub-30, he managed both his entry time and place as well. Fantastic race and season this year. Big well done to him. Confirmation of those results then from the men's 13-14 years 200 final. Defanes from Adams from Day. Your top 3.
Time now then for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 15 years 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from City of Oxford, Billy Watton. In 1 from Cockermouth, Pierce Greening. In 2 from Wantage, Gio Ratuli. In 3 from Seals, South Africa, Jakob Arman. In 4 from Derwentslide, Lewis Maxwell. In 5 from Hillingdon, Arian Lally. In 6 also from Hillingdon, Dylan Shana. In 7 from Nova Centurion, Joshua Skinner. And in 8 from North Lincolnshire Swim Squad, Kieran Summers. This is the men's 15 years 200 metres freestyle final.
Well, seems like the rule tonight has been that if you're going to get yourself a place on the podium, you've got to make sure you do it with a PB as well. An awful lot of our medalists managing to not only take away their silverware with them, but also PB as well, and that is fantastic to see. Almost a bonus, really, on top of finishing on the podium. And as we start this one, Arian Lally. There's some good support at the top of the stand on the far side, as is Dylan Shana as well, his teammate. Bit of a separation between the two in terms of placings after the first quarter of this, but certainly Lally has close company with Lewis Maxwell of Derwentslide. And those two have started it really well as well at the halfway point. Turning first then, Lally just ahead of Maxwell by 0.3 seconds. Dylan Shana now has propelled himself into third position, so he's picked it up and he's getting into the rhythm of this one, and it's looking bright for Hillingdon, for at least one of them to make a charge into the top three. Also trying to flirt with those positions as well. Jakob Arman, South African guest in lane 3, and just to his right is Gio Ratuli of Wantage as well. Pierce Greening of Cockermouth is inside the top 5. In fact, now he's got himself into 4th position at the expense of Arman from South Africa, and those 5 are looking very keen indeed going into the final 25 metres now. We look back towards the golden lanes at the heart of the pool, who indeed will have gold around their neck at the end of this. Maxwell in 4, just trailing slightly now to Arian Lally of Hillingdon, who seems to have found the afterburners. In they come towards the final throws of this. A late kick back from Maxwell. Has he rescued it? Yes, he has. Unbelievable finish. Maxwell looked like he'd lost it with 15 metres to go, but he's rescued it by 0.2 of a second.
Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next event. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 16 years 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Portsmouth North Sea, Philip Frashek Krigier. In 1 from Plymouth Leander, Batahan Paker. In 2 from City of Peterborough, Henry Pearce. In 3 from Sevenoaks, Ellis Stanhope. In 4 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Thomas Watkin. In 5 from City of Birmingham, Alexander Hindle. In 6 from City of Coventry, Louis Fenson. In 7 from Northampton, Jackson O'Rourke. And in 8 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Jackson Olin. This is the men's 16 years, 200 metres freestyle final.
Well, with the standard of swimming we've seen from the men so far, it is easy to forget that quite a few of them had a 1500 metre freestyle to contend with. It's around midday today. A few hours on, they're back in the pool, and they are putting in some very fine performances indeed. And the amount of PBs we've been seeing here, not just out of the top 3, but most of the pool as well, is mightily impressive, and a real testament to the swimmers and their coaches, of course, as well. Long may that continue. And long may this start, as far as Portsmouth are concerned, continue as well, from Philip Flagek-Klaja in lane 0, who's got a little bit of a gap between him and second place, which is occupied by Thomas Watkin of Royal Wolverhampton School. Now, Flagek-Klaja in 0 is the only one here not to have got a PB from this morning. A rarity in that case, not just in this race, but overall. 2:0.62 is his time. That was 0.29 seconds behind his PB that he got earlier on in the year. But you have got a lot of talent elsewhere in the pool as well. Even in lane 7, not having his best race at the moment, Jackson O'Rourke of Northampton, but he still, last year, was here getting golds in the 200 metre events, the breaststroke and the IM. But of course, the freestyle, very different indeed, especially when you've got such battling performances going on in the pool. And look at the crescendo coming from the feet in lane 3 of Ellis Stanhope of 7-Ups. He's trying to give it all he's got, but he's still got quite a few ahead of him. Just to his right, Thomas Watkin in 4. He's behind Alexander Hindle in 5. Philip Flagek-Klaja's lead has evaporated here, and now it's between Hindle in 5, Watkin in 4, and Hindle has got a real handle on this. In he comes towards the wall. Oh, what great scenes. Alexander Hindle for City of Birmingham, 1:56.65. Thomas Watkin and Ellis Stanhope. Stanhope, part of the stampede there towards the wall.
Time then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 17 years, 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Ethan Raymond. In 1 from Hatfield, Max Jelfs. In 2 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Ben Cope. In 3 from City of Salford, Scott Proven. In 4 from City of St Albans, Michael Ripper. In 5 from Derwentside, Daniel Morley. In 6 from the City of Oxford, Daniel Jenkins. In 7 from City of Derby, Shay Bradley. And in 8 from Northampton, Archie Plowman. This is the men's 17 years, 200 metres freestyle final.
Very good start in lane 5 there from Daniel Morley of Derwent's side. A couple of years ago, he was here at the Summer Nationals getting gold in the 15-year category. Last year, though, that title went to Michael Ripper, who conveniently is next to him in this race in lane 4. Morley has got the better start out of the two early on, but the best start overall is that of Ethan Raymond in lane 0 from Plymouth Leander. And of course, we saw a similar start on the outer lane from Portsmouth North Sea's man in 0, Philippe Fraser. Unfortunately, couldn't maintain that for the whole 200 metres, and Raymond looks like he's losing his grip on first as well, and that is to Shea Bradley on the other side of the pole from City of Derby. He now has the baton for first, and Bradley earlier on today coming in with a bit of momentum. 1:57.82 was his PB. A couple of others also managing at the lifetime best as well. Michael Ripper, one of them in lane 4, but it looks like he's not finding that sort of pace that he had this morning. Ethan Raymond in 0, so he called his PB earlier on today. And Ben Cope in lane 2, maybe one to watch as well. But again, he's another example of how maybe a long and arduous day of swimming, when you're throwing the 1500 as well, can begin to catch up with you. But now on the turn for the final 50, Ethan Raymond in lane 0 of Plymouth Leander. Just about getting the advantage here ahead of Max Jels, a very strong swimmer from Hatfield in lane 1. Has he got a late bite back? Now look at the 4 of them on the far side who are crashing in as well. Lane 5, 6, 7 and 8. Morley, Jenkins, Bradley and Plowman. There's a possible 6 here going for the 3 medals. It looks like Plowman or Jenkins. And it is Jenkins of Oxford, by 0.04 of a second ahead of Archie Plowman. What a finish. Max Jels has got the bronze as well, himself having his old little ding-dong there, with Bradley winning it by 0.02 of a second. Thrilling finale. Top 6 all within a second of each other.
Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 18 years and over 200 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Regan College, Samuel Niels. In 1 from Northampton, Liam Snook. In 2 from Newcastle, Thomas Howley. In 3 from City of Milton Keynes, Max Murphy. In 4 from Denmark, Sebastian Oversen. In 5, also from Denmark, Mikkel Gatgaard. In 6 from Regan College, William Slauson. In 7 from Brompton, Brandon Sayers. In 8 from Northampton, Matthew Richmond. This is the men's 18 years and over 200 metres freestyle final.
So our final set of men's 200 metre freestyle finals here with the 18 years and over. We're seeing some corkers so far. Here's the best yet to come. Of course, we'll have 5 female 200 metre freestyle finals coming up. In fact, that will be the breaststroke final, should I say, over the course of 200 metres coming up after this. And we hope for just as much drama now. This one very much going the way of how the heats were earlier, when you look at the fact that Sebastian Oversen in lane 4 is leading the way ahead of fellow countryman Mikkel Gatgaard. 5. A slight separation between the two, and only by 0.28 seconds. And more symmetrically, either side of them, lane 3, Max Murphy, City Milton Keynes, and also William Slauson of Wrekin College, and the two English swimmers out the front there, very much battling it out. Looks like Slauson's got the advantage in that respect, but now the turn being made almost at the same time there by Overson and Gadgaard. And it's a gap that's getting smaller and smaller between the two, so the two Danes putting on quite a show here tonight. 25 metres to go, and as Gadgaard hit, got more of the momentum on his side. The difference between the two earlier on today was not a lot at all, 0.43 to be precise. Gadgaard, though, has turned it around, and he's going to win the commemorative goal, 1:50.01. PB for him, Overson second, Slauson leads home the English contingent with Snook next up, and Thomas Howley as well third. It's going to be a very busy podium. Gadgaard on there with Overson as the top two. Two Danes will get their commemorative medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's and women's multi-class 200 metres individual medley. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation party. The Swim England Regional President Bob Thorpe and Swim England Regional President David Corbett. Winners of the bronze medals. In the men's event, representing Mount Kelly, Benjamin Granger. In the women's event, representing City of Derby, Megan Neve. Winners of the silver medals. Winners of the silver medals. In the men's event, representing Billingham, Adam Wyborn. In the women's event, representing Derwent side, Jay McCabe. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the men's event, representing Hastings, Callum Pearson. And in the women's event, representing Warrington Warriors, Coral Farrell. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 200 metres individual medley. Winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, Chloe Harris. In the 14 years category, representing City of Birmingham, Lauren Knight. And in the 15 years category, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Faye Francis. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Sevenoaks, Eva Akaro. In the 14 years category, representing City of Leicester, Kiana Kawal. And in the 15 years category, representing City of Oxford, Delphine Little. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Stockport Metro, Eliza Pinkstone. In the 14 years category, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Meadow Dronsfield. And in the 15 years category, representing City of Sunderland, Caitlin Cambrook. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 100 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16-year category, representing Grantham, Abigail Farkas. In the 17 years and over category, representing Team Bath, Rhiannon Bowen. Receiving the commemorative bronze medal, representing Denmark, Cecilia Vierf. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16-year category, representing City of Oxford, Emily Ford. In the 17 years and over category, representing North Lincolnshire Swim Squad, Holly Williams. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing City of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. Receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Kvik Kastrup, Yulia Svendsen. In the 17 years and over category, representing Newcastle, Jane Brown. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Katrina Buch-Vilesen. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. So just before our next batch of ceremonies, let's take a little look at the hashtag SE Swimming. Lots of clubs shouting out their swimmers. Newcastle, City of Peterborough, Northampton, all congratulating their swimmers' performances tonight. Karen Saunders has been in touch saying shout out for our pocket rocket, Rhiannon Bowen. Congratulations to Rhiannon on her great swim. Megan Adamson is cheering on Lucy in the swimming tonight as well. Ligo Tigers from Jersey are congratulating their swimmers. City of Oxford been in touch. Joe Reynolds says good luck to Jack Mansfield in the men's 200 breast. Tina Foster wishing luck to Dan Parsons from Tina, Deck, Linda and all your mum's colleagues at Royal Wolverhampton Hospitals. Lovely to hear from you all. Do get in touch tonight. Let us know who you are supporting on the hashtag SE Swimming. It really can make such a difference to the swimmers, letting us know exactly who you're cheering on and where tonight. Hashtag SE Swimming. Not too far away from our next medal ceremony. We've still got plenty to come, of course, tonight. The 200 metre breaststroke is up next, as well as the 50 freestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 200 metres freestyle. In the 13-14 years category, receiving the bronze medal. Representing Worcester, Daniel Day. In the 15 years category, representing Cockermouth, Pierce Greening. Receiving the commemorative bronze medal, representing Seals, South Africa, Jakob Arman. And in the 16 years category, representing Sevenoaks, Ellis Stanhope. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Salford, Max Adams. In the 15 years category, representing Hillingdon, Arian Lally. And in the 16 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, Thomas Watkin. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Tigers Jersey, Thomas DeFanes. In the 15 years category, representing Derwentside, Lewis Maxwell. And in the 16 years category, representing City of Birmingham, Alexander Hindle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 200 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17-year category, representing Hatfield, Max Jelfs. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Newcastle, Thomas Howley. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17 years category, representing Northampton, Archie Plowman. In the 18 years and over category, representing Northampton, Liam Snook. Receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Denmark, Sebastian Oversen. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17-year category, representing City of Oxford, Daniel Jenkins. In the 18 years and over category, representing Wrekin College, William Slawson. Receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Mikkel Gadgaard. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners.
So, a busy night already, ladies and gentlemen, and that medal ceremony really bringing us to the halfway point of the evening's proceedings. Still quite a lot to go. We will be back to the women with their 200 metre breaststroke finals very shortly, as ever 5 of those age group finals. And then we will be going to the men and then to 200 metre breaststroke edition as well. And then have a bit of splash and dash, women's 50 metre freestyle. Still lots more to come after that as well. The men's 100 fly and the men's and women's multi-class 53-2. So do stick with us. The hashtag SC Swimming if you want to get involved. You know you want to.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our next race. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 12 and 13 years 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from City of Oxford, Ellen Bagley. In 1 from Whitney, Eleanor Perks. In 2 from Stockport Metro, Caitlin Lansom. In 3 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Jessica Hanley. In 4 from Guildford City, Louise Bresler. In 5 from Tiverton, Jodie Dilks. In 6 from Swindon Dolphins, Lucy Adamson. In 7 from Derwentside, Jenna Dougal. In 8 from City of Birmingham, Ruby Cousins. And in 9 from City of Leeds, Rebecca Dunn. This is the women's 12 and 13 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
A decent starts being made there. Alan Bagley in lane 0 from City of Oxford. And made some decent inroads in the early stages. A couple on the far side as well in the white cap. 7 and 8. Jenna Dougal of Derwent's side. And Ruby Cousins of City of Birmingham as well. Central 4 lanes all getting PBs earlier on today. Louise Breslak of Guildford City, 2:43.66. Ahead of Jodie Dilks by a little more than half a second. Jodie Dilks already this week managing to get a silver in the 100-metre breaststroke. But double the distance can be a completely different story, but and again, you wonder how much you have to read into it in the first place. Jenna Dougal in lane 7 then of Derwent's side, ticking along at quite a decent pace and managing to get the better of Ruby Cousins towards the back end of this first half. And then you have the couple down the middle trying to emerge as well. Dilks and Breslak not giving each other any breathing room at all. In lane 2, Caitlin Lanson of Stockport Metro turned there actually in second position. And just because she's on her own really in lane 2 doesn't mean we should forget about her, because of course the other contenders are more or less stacked in pairs. Also trying to emerge through the middle of that 4 that we were talking about at the start of this race is Lucy Adamson of Swindon Dolphins in lane 6, who was 6th at the halfway point. That might just about change as all of a sudden the front 6 now begin to flatten their way out, with the likes of Lanson and Adamson very keen indeed to join the party here. So the final turn being made first by Jodie Dilks of Tiverton, who's still 50 metres ago as well. Well, she's certainly on the road here to bagging another medal, but this time the colour could be different and it could be a gold. Really good last 100 or so from Caitlin Lancer in lane 2 from Stockport Metro, and she just seems to have momentum on her side at the moment, as a few of those on the far have begun to drop off. So now we've gone from a 6 with 50 metres to go to a front 3. Lane 4, Louise Bressler of Guildford City trying to give it one last push here, but it's looking like a very difficult task when you consider who's either side of her. So in 5, Jodie Dilks going for it with Caitlin Lancer in 2. They come to the wall and it will be Jodie Dilks. 3.5 second improvement on the heat this morning, and that spells a new PB as well for Dilks. Lansom in second. She gets a new PB by almost 5 seconds. And Bressler in third. PB for her too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to poolside the athletes for our next race, the women's 14 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from City of Sheffield, Amelia Benton. In 1 from Dartmoor Darts, Emily Morgan Hughes. In 2 from Barnes, Caitlin Hanson-Puffer. In 3 from City of Oxford, Ilazane Pinballs. In 4 from Bedfordshire, Imogen Lambert. In 5 from Wigan, Rachel Hornby. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Amy West. In 7 from North Lincolnshire Swimsport, Ella Bainbridge. In 8 from Southport, Alyssa McElroy. And in 9 from Western Supermare, Amelia Morris. This is the women's 14 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
There we go then. Even start, particularly those down the centre. Sometimes those on the outside feel the responsibilities there to just throw a bit of a curveball into the mix and just go boldly right from the start. Up there at the front in the top 5. Into the quarter stage of this, Amelia Morris in lane 9 of Western Supermare. 2:47.92 was the time earlier. It was around 3/4 of a second away from what she is capable of and has proven already this season. Not a lot of movement in the middle though. We'll see how things materialise here. We're looking at central batch, particularly in lane 5, Rachel Hornby of Wigan Best, who did her lifetime best earlier today, 2:41.31, of course relatively early at career when you consider that she turns 14 in November. So this is steady stuff, and certainly the foundations are there to be built upon. Now, in lane 4, we've got movement from Imogen Lambert of Central Bedfordshire, who hit 2:40 right on the head earlier on today in the heats, and she's also got an impressive record as well. Last year coming here with 2 goals to show in the 100 and the 200. And can she maintain her title in the age group above? Well, it's proving to be a bit of a difficult test with Rachel Hornby in the form that she is currently in. So we've got 3 on the final 50, but the rest of the pool, it could still be really important, this, as to who finishes where. You've got in lane 1, Emily Morgan Hughes of Dartmoor. In 2, Caitlin Hanson-Puffer of Barnes. And also in 6, Amy West of Stockport Metro. It could ultimately be a battle where you're just waiting for someone in front to maybe make a mistake, even though they are running out of space in the pool. So emerging at the top, Imogen Lambert in lane 4 of Bedfordshire, and she is going to take gold. 2:39 on the dot this time. She only rounds up, well in this case she rounds down from 2:40 to 2:39. So we'll wait for confirmation of the rest of the spots. Pinfold, Hornby, Morgan Hughes as well. We're all milling around in contention ultimately towards the medals. And we do have a confirmed DQ in lane 3, and indeed that does change the makeup of our top 3. Lambert, Hornby and Emily Morgan Hughes has got bronze for Dartmoor. But thrilling swim again from Imogen Lambert of Bedfordshire.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for our next race. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from City of Coventry, Erin Jones. In 1 from City of Cambridge, Imogen Bloomfield. In 2 from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Rose Compton. In 3 from Beckenham, Lydia Mitchell. In 4 from Dulwich Dolphins, Frances New. In 5 from Millfield, Alice Chan. In 6 from Skipton, Paige Fenton. In 7 from Taunton Dean, Charlotte Emery. In 8 from York City, Emily Robson. In 9th, Berevka clears Chloe Hurst. This is the women's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
Well, an awful lot more PBs to show for these swimmers than we had in the previous race. Alice Chan in lane 5 of Millfield. Last year got bronze in the 100 breast and silver in the 50. This year, so a chance of a gold in the 200. Long way to find out. The start being made actually by Paige Svendsen in lane 6 of Skipton, who consolidated a PB earlier of 2:44.65. But Frances New in lane 4, Rose Compton in 2, all up there as well. And there's a really good crowd here tonight in Ponds Forge. A lot of people sticking around right towards the end of the session, with so many swims still to come, and of course the medal presentations coming up right at the end as well, to congratulate and appreciate those fantastic swims we have seen so far, and we are yet to see, of course, as well. So Frances New, our leader here, 1:17.14 is the split, and it's over half a second quicker than that of Rose Compton, who currently occupies second place in lane 2 for RTW Monson. Alice Chan in lane 3 of Millfield, just trying to get a little bit more advanced in the pool here. At the moment, she's level with the feet of Frances New, and she wants to be at least head-to-head in that respect. The four swimmers on the far side, between 6, 7, 8 and 9, they're pretty much even with one another. Paige Svendsen at the halfway point was in 4th position. As this continues, it looks as if a couple of those to her left are now beginning to get in front of her. It's certainly very much level between those, and it'd be interesting if one of them can make a dart towards the front in the final 50 metres. Turn being made first, though, by Frances New in lane 4. There's certainly nothing new about her being in the lead. 30 metres to go, and she's still battling away with Rose Compton in lane 2, Lydia Mitchell in 3, and also Alice Chan in lane 5, trying to ensure that they've not been forgotten about either, who has got momentum on their side as they go now into the final 20 metres. And this, surely, is Frances New's to lose, but Alice Chan is still chipping away, and she looks as if she's got herself into second here, and maybe, just maybe, she might be able to overtake Frances New. They come towards the wall, New gets the touch. So, Frances New with the fastest time, 2:45.6, half a second in front of Alice Chan. Lydia Mitchell up there as well. Rose Compton just ousted in the end. It was so close between the front 4 or 5. A thrilling race as well. And a bit of drama to finish it. DQ in that one concerning lane 4. So DQ in lane 4, and that means that Alice Chan is the winner for Millfield. Mitchell second, and Compton in third. Whew.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the women's 16 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from City of Derby, Michaela Stephen. In 1 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Emma Dixon. In 2 from Whitton Dolphins, Aoife Marley. In 3 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Katie Hawkins. In 4 from Kingston upon Hull, Amy Corcoran. In 5 from Poole, Abby Quarry. In 6 from Black Lion, Chloe Eastwood. In 7 from Cockermouth, Abby Winstanley. In 8 from Thanet Swim, Lily Jewell. And in 9 from City of Birmingham, Erin Molloy. This is the women's 16 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
We go in this, the penultimate already of the women's 200 metre breaststroke finals. A couple of DQs in there, unfortunately, and well, they certainly added to the drama. That is for sure. There's been some very close races. And this certainly, I don't think will book the trend, but proof will be in the pudding. And Michaela Stevens, City of Derby, certainly with a sweet start in lane 0, Amy Corcoran and Katie Hawkins in 4 and 3 respectively. Pretty close together right now, and in lane 8 as well, Lily Jewell, Thanet Swim, already this week has got a silver medal under a belt or around her neck, wherever she wants to put it, in the 100 breaststroke. So what is she capable of? Double the distance. She's certainly quicker than what she showed earlier today, and that's already evident here in tonight's final. She got 2:49.07 this morning, which is a couple of seconds, almost bang on, slower than her PB that she got earlier this year. So don't rule her out just because she's on one of the outer lanes. And right now, she's in the top 4, which also consists of Michaela Stevens in lane 0 for City of Derby, who got a bronze medal here last year at the summer meet, and another one who can swim a lot faster than what she demonstrated earlier on today. And in fact, on paper, she's the second fastest out of the personal best as Michaela Stevens. Amy Corcoran boasts the fastest on 2:40.01, but again, that's not a time that she's recorded in the last 8 months. So really, anyone's guess, but Corcoran looks as if she will be the answer as to who will claim gold here. 1:59.15 the split. It's looking very positive for her at the moment. But as ever, we've seen in the last 2 races, it doesn't matter where you are at this point. You just give it your all and you drive to the wall, and anything can happen ahead of you. Lane 3, Katie Hawkins of Royal Wolverhampton. She's really in the thick of it, and she's in second position with a little bit of breathing space between her and third. And third is a right old battle right now. Lily Jewell in lane 8. Going at it with Emma Dixon, who's appeared from seemingly nowhere for City of Manchester Aquatics. And then in lane 5, Abby Quarry wants to get involved, but at the front it's Amy Corcoran. This one's still not over though, as she gets the gold medal. Silver for Katie Hawkins, and then it's Emma Dixon with the bronze. Well, that was a great finish. Emma Dixon just stealing in front of Abby Quarry, Lily Jewell, Abby Winstanley not separated from Chloe Eastwood. And Michaela Stevens somehow ends up back in 8th after doing such a good swim for most part of that race. Corcoran winning, Hawkins second, Dixon third.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to poolside for our next event. This is the women's 17 and over 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Loughborough University, Anna Doughty. In 1 from Hatfield, Alara Gordon. In 2 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Denisa Elena Gogu. In 3 from City of Cambridge, Catherine Lovies. In 4 from Denmark, Josefina Pedersen. In 5 from West Norfolk, Roxanne Ace. In 6 from City of Oxford, Maya Little. In 7 from Birmingham University, Ellen Stone. In 8 from Exeter City, Dana Reardon. And in 9 from Nova Centurion, Molly Wright. This is the women's 17 years and over, 200 metres, breaststroke final.
Well, it's great to get such a variety as ever of swimmers all around the country, and of course, Josephine Pedersen, one of the many Danes that have made the trip here to South Yorkshire for this week as well from Denmark, and some different ages as well when you get the 17 years and over, ranging from Maya Little, the youngest in the pool here, 17 years of age. In fact, she turns 18 later on this month. Lara Norton as well, just turning 17 in fact. Catherine Lovey's in lane 3 with a wealth of experience, 30 years of age, a Master World Champion as well, at 50-metre breaststroke level. 2:41.75 was the time that she recorded earlier. In fact, that was her lifetime best, which is very impressive going. But even more impressive is the way Josephine Pedersen of Denmark has started this race. 2:32.41 was the time that she recorded earlier today, and that is a season's best, and one that is there to be beaten once more. Now, out of the English swimmers, very close at the front between Catherine Lovey's in lane 3 and also in lane 8, Dana Reardon of Exeter City as well. Not much separating them in terms of their PBs. Reardon was around 4 seconds off her PB earlier on today, so another one on the outer lanes, but definitely able to get herself into the top 3 contingent when it comes to the podium at the end of it all. Roxanne Ace maybe beginning to plot her way forward as well. In lane 5 for West Norfolk, who were a noisy bunch last night, but I think a few of them a bit hoarse today with the amount of shouting they did 24 hours ago here in Ponds Forge. How much energy has Ace got, though, on the back 50? We'll find out soon. Josephine Pedersen then of Denmark, the one well in control here, and the commemorative medal definitely looking like it's hers at the moment. She got the commemorative gold last night as well in half the distance in the 100 breast. And she's going at it once again as well. And this is fantastic to watch. A real star-studded performance from Josephine Pedersen. And the time could be really impressive. Now, rest of the pool, still Lovey battling away with Reardon. Lane 6 as well, Maya Little's getting involved. We'll just see Pedersen take the touch, 2:30.6. That's the season's best. Then everyone else, Catherine Lovey's on the chase now with Dana Reardon. Oh, and Reardon has done it. 0.26 the difference. Lovey's will get silver then, and Maya Little as well will get on the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on to our next event. This is the men's 13-14 years, 200 metres, breaststroke final. In 0 from Sheffield City, Barney Howarth Osborne. In 1 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Toby Ranson. In 2 from Team Jorvik, Aidan Fothergill. In 3 from Thanet Swim, Oscar Miles. In 4 from Ellesmere College Titans, Isaac Hall. In 5 from Cockermouth, Jack Smith. In 6 from Preston, Nathan Holmes. In 7 from Borough of Stockton, Arthur Llewellyn. In 8 from Team Luton, Rhys Davidson. And in 9 from Northgate, Andrew Jones. This is the men's 13, 14 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. Away we go then. Men's 13, 14 years, 200 metre breaststroke final. Quickest into this race was the young man in lane 4 from Ellesmere College Titans. That is Isaac Hall. It's on a PB this morning. 2:36.82. We've seen them drop all over the place already over the course of this competition. Expect to see the same again perhaps here. Jack Smith in lane 5 was very, very close to him though. Only 200ths of a second slower this morning. He is a very talented breaststroker and indeed very talented swimmer in general too. Should be a very, very interesting race this. Nothing really to split them in the early going. First 100 metres is actually going to be the man in lane 6 who leads the way. That's Nathan Holmes from Preston, 1:13.37. And would you believe that? 200ths of a second, again, split Isaac Hall and Jack Smith. That's how close their battle is. But at the minute, they're both losing out to the man from Preston. That's Nathan Holmes. Already taken some medals at this sort of level. In 50 freestyles, 50 breaststroke, it's an entirely different matter altogether though than that. He too shone a personal best this morning. It was a couple of seconds slower than the two in the middle lanes, but who knows? As they turn at the wall, this is going to look like a blanket lineup here. So Isaac Hall has the advantage, not by a lot. Jack Smith second, Nathan Holmes third, Oscar Miles not too far away in fourth. Back home they come. And now coming to the 4 in lane 5 is Jack Smith as the man from Cockermouth got a big finish in him. Final 20 metres, it's the yellow hat who leads the way. Nathan Holmes just starting to fade. Isaac Hall with work to do. Final 10 metres and it's still Smith. Isaac Hall putting the pressure on, but Smith should be able to get this into the wall. It's Smith who gets there. Isaac Hall second, Oscar Miles third. Out of nowhere, the man from Thanet Swim pipping Nathan Holmes to bronze. Isaac Hall will have to settle for the silver. Jack Smith with the gold. 2:32.73 the winning time. A massive new personal best. Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next event. This is the men's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Newcastle, Thomas Storer. In 1 from Cossacks, Max Wass. In 2 from Dereham, Callum Steadman. In 3 from Crawley, Jamie Scott. In 4 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Daniel Parsons. In 5 from City of Coventry, Adam Nash. In 6 from City of Oxford, Christopher Sims. In 7 from Haringey, Max Hansen. In 8 from Hemel Hempstead, Matthias Morse. And in 9 from City of Milton Keynes, Joshua Press. This is the men's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
There we go, fast start. This will start from Joshua Press in lane 9 from City of Milton Keynes. Really for him, 2:37.83 for just 3 swimmers. He's got PB or C for best earlier on today. That was City of Stoke, and also top scorer at Newcastle. Exceptions on that. Now in lane 3, Jamie Scott of Crawley. Trying to join Press there up towards the top. It looks like they may come towards the halfway point, pretty much level with one another, but we'll wait and see how that pans out. Then 4, Parsons of Royal Wolverhampton just pushing his way through the water alongside Christopher Sims of City of Oxford as well. The Oxford man in 4th, behind Parsons, who occupies the bronze medal position, but only provisionally, of course. Although 3/4 of a second separating Parsons in 3rd from Scott in 1st, so there's still very much up to play for. We've identified 4 already, but there's still 1 or 2 more that could join them should they want to. And of course, should they find the energy in the tank to do so as well as we go in the final 70 metres. Front 3 or 4, more or less level. Press in 9, Sims in 6, Parsons in 4, and Scott in 3. Adam Nash, you can see a City of Coventry just on the periphery there in the front 4, trying to maybe find the gap in these final 50 metres. But very much easier said than done as the last roar is made onto the final 50 now. Who can surge towards the wall in the least amount of time? It sounds very simple indeed, but not when you've got the high calibre of swimmer we've got in this age category here. 25 metres to go. A decent pace about the way that Christopher Sims is attacking this, but then in 4 and 3 you've got Daniel Parsons of Royal Wolverhampton, and Jamie Scott of Crawley has been up towards the top all the way through this one, but one of the blue caps is going to win this, and who is it going to be? It's Parsons. Royal Wolverhampton doing it, 2:31.61 PB for him by over a second. Jamie Scott in 2nd, himself getting a new personal best by around 3 seconds almost. Really good time from him. Christopher Sims, sorry, he's the one in 2nd with Scott in 3rd, but nevertheless the front 3 all so close to one another. 1400 separating gold from bronze.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to poolside the athletes for the men's 16 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Bishop Stortford, Nicholas Botha. In 1 from Nova Centurion, Ryan Wilcox. In 2 from Newcastle, Patrick Shimin. In 3 from Leicester Sharks, Christopher Snow. In 4 from Warrington Warriors, Daniel Kinsella. In 5 from Stockport Metro, Benjamin Foster. In 6 from Guildford City, Alexander Hicks. In 7 from Harlow Penguin, Jack Mansfield. In 8 from Team Bath, Matthew Hardick. And in 9 from Mid Sussex, Alexander Curry. This is the men's 16 years, 200 metres, breaststroke final.
Start in lane 4 from Warrington's Daniel Kinsella there. Going after a PB earlier today of 2:31.56. And he incidentally as well boasts the best PB in the pool. And also Benjamin Foster not far behind him in that respect. Just a season's best in contrast for him earlier, 2:32.67. Still needed to shave off another second or so in order to beat his personal best. Something that they need to be required here in the final in order to win this race. Ryan Wilcox, another one of those who's on the outer lanes, but a PB that reads better by quite a bit than what he recorded in the heats earlier. When we're looking at lane 1, it's actually on the far side, inside lane in lane 8 instead. Matthew Hardick of Team Bath, who's putting in a hard shift in the first 100. And it should see him in first. If it doesn't, then Daniel Kinsella will be there instead. Botter in lane 0, Bishop Stortford as well. Just signifying this, how close the front three are together after the first 100, because Hardick and Kinsella, despite what seem to be very strong starts, are behind the leader, Nicholas Botter of Bishop Stortford. PB for him earlier, 2:34.95. He'll have to go a couple of seconds quicker than that in order to win this race, you'd imagine, with the way that things look on paper. And then you have lanes 1 to 8, more or less replicating a bit of a U shape, but the anomaly in that is Daniel Kinsella of Warrington, who just wants to pit himself up down the middle and really ask a question or two of those either side of him who are trying to join him. Hardick in 8 and Botter in lane 0. Those three, your front three, and I don't know if that's going to change. Ryan Wilcox of Noah Centurion in lane 1 was 4th there at the turn for home. Is there anything that he can give that changes the complexion of that front trio, or is it as you were? And then a battle between first, second and third, screaming towards Matthew Hardick, his coach on the far side here. Third with 50 metres to go. Is he losing a bit of ground on Daniel Kinsella? Nicholas Botter trying to keep up that sort of pace in 0 as well. It's going to be close. And it seemed like those three names just flashed up on the screen in unison. Botter winning it from the outside by 300ths ahead of Daniel Kinsella. Five seconds quicker on the dot than he was this morning there, Nicholas Botter. Talk about raising your standards for a big event. Daniel Kinsella second and Matthew Hardick bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to the poolside for the men's 17 years, 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from City of Oxford, Max Underwood. In 1 from Ealing, George Barnes. In 2 from City of Oxford, Frederick Wilkinson. In 3 from Ellesmere College Titans, Stephen Taylor. In 4 from Devonshire Excel, Toby Arnold. In 5 from City of St Albans, Ralph Munser. In 6 from City of Derby, Campbell Stephen. In 7 from Team Bath, Dylan Hood. In 8 from Wickham District, Charles Rayner. And in 9 also from Wickham District, Andrew O. This is the men's 17 years, 200 metres breaststroke final.
Very much a flat start in terms of how much movement between the front 10. It was difficult to read so early into these races, but you go and see a race like the previous one. Nicholas Potter leading out from the start in lane 0, managing to maintain it throughout the 200. It's rare, and when it is done, you have to tip your hat off and really appreciate it. Nicholas Potter will certainly receive that appreciation later on in the medal ceremonies, a reminder of which they come at the end of tonight's session. Do stick around for those. It's always good to see a healthy contingent staying until the very end. And paying their respects and congratulations to our victors of the night. 3 more will be joining them, at least, of course. You never know what can happen with the times. You can get 1 or 2 sharing out a medal at the end of a race. I don't think we've had that yet. So it's due. We had that twice yesterday in the battle for bronze. Outright leader, though, here is Toby Arnold in lane 4 from Deventio Excel. And then in 6th, Campbell of City of Derby. Just getting up there as well. Maybe even past Ralph Munzer in lane 5. Toby Arnold, though, of Deventio, doing a really good job. And turning in first with 50 to go. Dominant stuff. Stephen Taylor of Ellesmere College Titans wanting to get into the thick of the action. PB for him earlier on today of 2:26.75, which was only 0.75 slower than that of Toby Arnold. There's a bit more of a gap between them now, though, in this final. 25 metres to go. And Arnold, all you will see around him and in front of him is just clear water and the possibility of getting a gold here. And with each and every stroke, that looks more and more likely. Lane 5, Ralph Munzer looks in control for bronze, but we'll come to that in a minute because Arnold touches first. 2nd for Taylor and 3rd for Munzer. Winning time, 2:22.69. New PB as well for Toby Arnold. Munzer gets a PB as well in 3rd, as does Taylor for silver. Still 1 more men's 200 breaststroke final to come.
Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next race, and it's the men's 18 years and over 200 metres breaststroke final. In 0 from Wrekin College, William Slawson. In 1 from Bishop's Stortford, Robin Turner. In 2 from Guildford City, Sergio Chete. In 3 from Stockport Metro, Kyle Boyek. In 4 from City of Leeds, Jake Sykes. In 5 from Kvik Kastrup, Jakob Jorgensen. In 6 from City of Glasgow, Alexander Farisiak. In 7 from City of Sunderland, Jay Manners. And in 8 from West Norfolk, Luke Bryan. This is the men's 18 years and over 200 metres breaststroke final.
For start, it's rare to see Taylor in the pool this week and not occupy at lane 4 coming into this race, but the reason for that is the good work earlier on today from Jake Sykes of City of Leeds, recording that PB of 2:21.45, and himself and Steve do sound like broken records when we keep saying how there's been so many PBs today, and of course yesterday as well, but that is just a testament to the swimming that has taken place so far, and many more PBs are going to fall before the end of the night as well, and probably in this race, because this has been a good start. It's got a good rhythm about it. Cal Boyett of Stockport Metro 25-year-old in lane 3. 3.5 seconds slower than his PB that he recorded earlier on this season. And already this week, he's got the 100 breaststroke gold medal to his name. And he's leading at this point as well, but there's not an awful lot in it. Of course, Boyek competing with the English swimmers in terms of that medal, but he will want to win it overall and stop the Danish romp. Jakob Jorgensen of Denmark, 2:22.34 was his time earlier on today. He's also got a gold, but that was in the 400 IM. So he certainly did a good stint on the breaststroke yesterday, but that was only a quarter of his success. Now it's got to be all of it, and it's double the distance as well. But he's still occupying towards the front spots, and him and Boyek have kept each other very close company so far, but the pendulum has now swung the way of Jorgensen. Rest of the pool, Sergio Chete currently holding second position out of the English swimmers, and third for Jake Sykes of City of Leeds. But that one, I suspect, will go right down to the wire when you look at lane 1 and Robin Turner, and also in lane 7 as well, Jay Manners of City of Sunderland. So it's something we'll revisit towards the back end of the race. So out of the English swimmers at the moment, we've got Boyek in first position, second now for Chete, and it looks like third is Sykes. We'll get the confirmation of that shortly. Here comes Jorgensen, he gets commemorative gold, 2:16.56. Boyek then leads the English swimmers home, Chete and then Sykes. Despite the late efforts there from Jay Manners. Confirmation of those results then. Jorgensen, another improvement for him, and that's a big improvement as well. 6 seconds from this morning. Boyek has got 2:19.83, that's a PB for him. Chete, PB for him. And Jake Sykes as well has managed to get a personal best. A bit more hair and scaring for Sykes, but he's still done it by a couple of tenths of a second as the swimmers exit the pool after that race. And we've got a little bit of time to breathe before we have the splash and dash with the women's 50-metre freestyle finals. Just to mark your car for the rest of the night as well. After those 5 finals, we'll have the 100-metre butterfly for the men. And then we will finish the night back to the freestyle again with the multi-class, the women first and then the men. So there's still quite a bit to come. And of course, we've got the medal presentations at the end of the night. So action very busy in the pool. We've certainly been busy up here as well in the commentary position. And Steve, you've got a few of the tweets coming up now.
Yeah, I certainly have. Great stuff coming in on the hashtag SE Swimming. Thanks to Gary for getting in touch. Freddie and Max with big swims in the 200-metre breaststroke. Bath are congratulating their swimmers. Matt Smart says, what a way to finish her first ever nationals. 3 swims, 3 finals, 3 PBs, and a bronze medal for Guildford's Louise Breastley. Congratulations to her. Emily Collins says, well done, Callum and Ruby. Great to see the Otters doing so well from Dereham. City of Oxford and Sevenoaks are congratulating their swimmers. Sally Stevens says, bursting with pride with her silver medal on display from Swim Leicester. Congratulations to you, Sally. Some lovely tweets coming in on the hashtag SE Swimming. Keep them coming in.
Yeah, we want to make sure you keep up the energy levels as well, ladies and gentlemen, ahead of the 50-metre freestyle. We enjoying day 2? Come on, ladies and gents. Are we enjoying day 2? There we go. That sounds like a crowd ready for some 50-metre freestyle action. That'll be coming up very shortly.
This is, of course, Yorkshire Day. And then you've got your 2 Yorkshire announcers up here on the pool deck. Myself from North Yorkshire, Jonathan from South. Yeah, our own sort of north-south divide in a way.
Yeah, I find it offensive that we've still got the Devon flag up here as well in the commentary position, flying behind us. But again, can I reiterate, that's not mine and Steve's decision. There's the lady standing alongside me, and she's got a lot to answer for in that respect.
Heresy on Yorkshire Day. We've seen plenty of amazing swims from the White Rose today. Will we see some more? It's time for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. It's the women's 12 to 13 years 50-metre freestyle. Please welcome the athletes to poolside. In 0 from City of Sheffield, Grace Conroy. In 1 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Nia Pillai. In 2 from Woking, Kira Henney. In 3 from Carlisle, Jess Brocas. In 4 from Sevenoaks, Eva Acaro. In 5 from Lincoln Vulcans, Laura Dickinson. In 6 from Borough of Waltham Forest, Isabel Eiley. In 7 from City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In 8 from Dulwich Dolphins, Marion Cole. And in 9 from Team Ipswich, Matilda Bogle. This is the women's 12 and 13 years, 50 metres, freestyle final.
So fitting on Yorkshire Day that we have a couple of Yorkshire representatives in here as well. Grace Conroy in lane 0 for City of Sheffield and Hermione Rowe of City of Bradford in lane 7. But the better of the start's been made down the middle lanes. Lane 4 from Sevenoaks is Eva Acaro, who's already been on the podium once tonight. She wants more of that action as well. Also Laura Dickinson of Lincoln Vulcans up towards the front as they come to the wall. Acaro's done it. 27.44, a few fists in the air on the far side as Hermione Rowe of City of Bradford gets second, and third for Marion Cole of Dulwich as well. In fact, she was level with Laura Dickinson. We knew there'd be a tie at some point. So bronze share between Cole and Dickinson. Rowe second, Acaro first.
Time then, ladies and gentlemen, for our next race. They're going to come thick and fast over the 50s. Time now for the women's 14 years, 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Ella Bargett. In 1 from Stockport Metro, Amy West. In 2 from Tigers Jersey, Lily Scott. In 3 from Thanet Swim, Hanny Brufton. In 4 from Anaconda, Sadie Golden. In 5 from Bishop Stortford, Millie Fields. In 6 from City of Sheffield, Hermione Timms. In 7 from Teddington, Gracie May. In 8 from Enfield, Alicia Baxter. And in 9 from Newcastle, Izzy Winter. This is the women's 14 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your marks.
Well, Lily Scott certainly got support on the far side. You can see the Jersey flag just being held there, and already this week she's managed to get a silver medal in the 200 free last night. Quarter of the distance, how will she fare? Lane 4, the better start from Sadie Golden of Anaconda. 27.6 was the PB that she managed to get earlier on today. Is she going to beat that as well? It's a flat line towards the wall, but Golden has bagged gold. 27.42, second for Lily Scott of Tigers Jersey. They're happy on the far side, and Hermione Timms has got third for City of Sheffield. By a smidgen though ahead of Millie Fields, very close indeed. Golding from Scott, from Timms.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. It's the women's 15 years, 50 metres freestyle final. Please welcome the athletes to poolside. In 0 from the city of Norwich, Sasha Thomas. In 1 from Guildford City, Paige Coombs. In 2 from Portsmouth North Sea, Madeline Rowden. In 3 from Lincoln, Jennifer Horn. In 4 from Abingdon Vale, Jana Cooper Marcos. In 5 from Team Ipswich, Emma Cruikshanks. In 6 from City of Leicester, Samantha Diaz. In 7 from Romford Town, Amelia Moole. In 8 from Guernsey, Laura Lacroix. And in 9 from Poole, Ella McNamara. This is the women's 15 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your marks.
Well, what a great start to this race already as the tornadoes begin to swirl around the feet of these 10 swimmers coming into the final 20 metres. Lane 8, Laura Lacroix of Guernsey, looking like she's got a bit of a grip on this one. An emergent so in lane 6 from City Leicester, Samantha Diaz coming in towards the wall. Is it lane 4 as well? It's Diaz who's done it. It is Diaz, 27.27, away from Laura Lacroix, who gets second, 100th of a second behind Emma Cruikshanks in third. First to 10, separated by half a second. Cracking final.
And without further ado, it's time for another one, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 16 years, 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Hackney, Lily Girardet. In 1 from Mid Sussex, Sophie Shaw. In 2 from Chelmsford, Abby Lowe. In 3 from City of Norwich, Charlotte Walker. In 4 from Kvik Kastrup, Yulia Svendsen. In 5 from Redditch, Amelia Rod. In 6 from Potters Bar, Emily Lush. In 7 from Leatherhead, Jocelyn Cosmatos. In 8 from Hastings, Ellie Foster. And in 9 from City of Bristol, Rebecca Gooch. This is the women's 16 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your marks.
Clean start, Gila Day of Hackney in lane 0, wasting no time at all there, splashing away into the water, but the quickest of the starts in the first 25 being made down the centre in lane 4, where we look at Yulia Svendsen of Denmark, 26.94, the time she got earlier on today. You can see she's got ahead in front of everyone else, but just to her right, Amelia Rod of Redditch is looking good out the English swimmers, in they come. Svendsen first, commemorative gold for her, Rod, then Lush, and then Walker for the English medals. Really good time for Svendsen. Improvement as well from earlier by 8 hundredths. Rod, Lush and Walker also on the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Brompton, Spencer Williams. In 1 from Oldham Aquatics, Jessica Calderbank. In 2 from Wickham District, Rachel Cox. In 3 from Sutton Cheam, Alice Niccott. In 4 from City of Oxford, Yasmin Tajali. In 5 from Team Bath, Rhiannon Bowen. In 6 from Borough of Kirklees, Avril Bowler. In 7 from Stockport Metro, Lauren Cooley. In 8 from Team Bath, Amy Gordon. And in 9 from Potters Bar, Georgina Talon. This is the women's 17 years and over, 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your mark.
Nice nick on in lanes 3 here. She managed to get silver in the category below last year in Sheffield at the British Championships. Of course, a bit of a different ask though when you're against not just swimmers that are your age but older as well in that 17 years and over category. But this is very even stuff between around 7 or 8 swimmers right now in 4, 5 and 6. You're looking at 7 as well. This is really difficult to call in. They come. It's Tajali from Talent from Bowen. Talent just 100th of a second in front of Bowen to win that silver. Tajali of City of Oxford gold. And Rhiannon Bowen, well, bit of a catch-22, 100th of a second behind Talent, but 100th of a second in front of Cooley. Really close stuff, and she gets bronze for Bath.
And then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen, as we head back to the other end of the pool, please welcome the athletes for the men's 13-14 years 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Borough of Barnsley, Callum Smart. In 1 from Seagulls, Isaac Ellis. In 2 from Southport, Henry Moore. In 3 from Borough of Harrow, Alexander Coyle. In 4 from Millfield, David O'Loughlin. In 5, also from Millfield, Matthew Hall. In 6 from Prescott, Toby Hill. In 7 from City of Chester, Frankie Docking-Smith. In 8 from Guildford City, Nathan Potgieter. And in 9 from Winchester, Oscar Prieseman. This is the men's 13-14 years 100 metres butterfly final.
To get a few returnees from the 1500 metre freestyle earlier on today. One of them, not the other one of course, but successful. Henry Moore of Southport getting a medal in that event, and also managing to juggle that with a PB this morning as well. 102.42 he got, but still a couple of seconds behind. You'd expect to be the pace setters in this. David O'Loughlin of Millfield School and his teammate Matthew Hull alongside him as well in 5. All these swimmers trying to break the 60-second barrier for the first time, which in a way would be as much as a success as it would be to actually win the gold anyway. In lane 4, David O'Loughlin of Millfield now beginning to turn the screw and leave behind his teammate Matthew Hall, who'll be slugging it out instead for at least second with Toby Hill. In he comes then, David O'Loughlin, 59.73, has broken the 60-second barrier. Fantastic stuff from the 13-year-old. Matthew Hall makes it a Millfield 1-2. Toby Hill in third for Prescott.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes for the men's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 for Derwent side, Lewis Maxwell. In 1 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Adam Jones. In 2 from Newcastle, Callum Atkinson. In 3 from Guildford City, Ethan Hapgood. In 4 from Hillingdon, Dylan Shana. In 5 from Seal, South Africa, Jakob Arman. In 6 from York City, Jason Robson. In 7 from Worcester, William Geary. In 8 from Hertford, Joshua Hollands. And in 9 from Portsmouth North Sea, Joseph Packham. This is the men's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly final.
Well, of course, in that previous race, we were desperate for someone to break the 60-second mark. That did happen. Go see if David O'Loughlin, 3 have already done that in their lifetime going into this race. And Chana in lane 4. Jakob Arman for South Africa in 5. And also Jason Robson as well from York City in lane 6. And Robson had a bit of success here this time last year in the 100 breast and also the 200 IM, but this is a completely different kettle of fish. In lane 4, Dylan Shana of Hillingdon leading the way, trying to join the assault in lane 6. Jason Robson of York City on the far side as well. Inspired still from Josie Packham as Portsmouth North Sea. He's trying to turn the screw, he's not managing, and that's leaving the door open for Shana to take it. 57.99. What an emphatic PB that is. Jakob Arman gets the commemorative silver, Robson silver for the English swimmers, and Ethan Hapgood will join them on the podium as well. 100th of a second ahead of Adam Jones. The front 5 so close together. PBs in that one, handed out like confetti. Top 5 all breaking the minute barrier there.
Time then for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. It's the men's 16 years, 100 metres butterfly final. Please welcome the athletes to bullside. In 0 from Carnforth, Thomas Dugdale. In 1 from Gloucester, Cameron Lewis. In 2 from Team Bath, Alexander Sharman. In 3 from Sevenoaks, Nathaniel Rodriguez. In 4 from Staines, Ross Philp. In 5 from City of Oxford, Maximilian Bolchato. In 6 from Haringey, Shaquille Jordani. In 7 from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Andre Stridham. In 8 from Basildon and Phoenix, Liam Brennan. And in 9 from Plymouth Leander, Joseph Thompson. This is the men's 16 years, 100 metres butterfly final.
Decent in 6 from Shaquille Giordani and Haringey. Still lots of support here in Ponsforge tonight. There's probably as many people stood up as there are sat down, such as the anticipation over the races still to come. A couple more of these men's 100-metre butterfly finals, then ending the night with the men's and then the women's. In fact, the women's then the men's multi-class 50 freestyle, and then the medal ceremonies to follow as well. So we're coming onto the home straight of the night. We're onto the home straight of this race as well, and there is very little separating them. Giordani in 6 with 50 metres to go. Looked like he was the favourite, but that's now beginning to flip onto the other side. Ross Philp of Staines in lane 4 is beginning to drag himself clear of everybody else as they now try and scrap it out for silver and bronze. A late burst from Bolcato in 5, but Philp surely at the wall. Yes, 58.98. Bolcato second, Sharman in third. Oh, some really delighted faces on that far side. None of these swimmers had got past 60 seconds before. 8 of them have now. What a race.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for our next event then. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's 17 years, 100 metres butterfly final. In 0 from Team Ipswich, Thomas Clare. In 1 from Reading, Alfie Evans. In 2 from Melton Mowbray, William Graham. In 3 from Portsmouth North Sea, Max Nugent. In 4 from Derwent-side, Daniel Morley. In 5 from City of Cambridge, Matthew Titman. In 6 from Guildford City, Ben Rowett. In 7 from Bevington, Aaron Fox. In 8 from Wickham District, Piers Bowden. And in 9 from City of Sheffield, Simon Clements. This is the men's 17 years, 100 metres butterfly final.
Now just a bit of an announcement from one of the previous races, the men's 15 years 100 metre butterfly final. One of the times has been reclassified. It concerns Callum Atkinson of Newcastle. That means his final result has taken him from 10th to 6th. From 10th to 6th. So back to this 17 years final now. Leading the way at the halfway point, Daniel Morley of Derwent-side, taking to issue with the rest of the pool. Just to his left, Max Nugent of Portsmouth North Sea. And also in lane 5 as well, Matthew Titman of City of Cambridge. Those two down the centre, and they'll be battling it out for silver, you'd imagine, with the way that Morley has started, and looks like he's going to finish as well. A few of them hiding behind the seats at the top. Can they watch now? They can, because he's got gold. 56.47, a whole second ahead of Max Nugent in second place. And Matthew Titman has got bronze. PB for Morley, PB for Nugent. Matthew Titman just misses out on his PB, but gets a bronze nevertheless.
For our next event, ladies and gentlemen, it's the men's 18 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. Please welcome the athletes to poolside. In 0 from Loughborough University, William McIntyre. In 1 from City of Cambridge, Hugo Bellamy. In 2 from Surrey University, Rory Huggins. In 3 from Denmark, Nicholas Blanche. In 4 from Denmark, Jonas Kistor. In 5 from Oldham Aquatics, Samuel Goldrick. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Harry Lewis Mitchell. In 7 from Fleetwood, Joseph Porter. In 8 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Lewis Hodges. And in 9 from Swansea Aquatics, Jamie Black. This is the men's 18 years and over 100 metres butterfly final.
Electric start in lane 4 from Jonas Kistor of Denmark there, roaring through the water. 50 freestyle silver medals for him last night. Commemorative silver, of course. Our swimmers from Denmark going for the commemorative medals. And the rest of the swimmers going, of course, for your regular gold, silver and bronze, and the English swimmers. So leading out the English one, Samuel Goldrick in lane 5 of Oldham, with Harry Lewis Mitchell in second right now. William McIntyre in lane 0 doing decently as well. Our two Danish swimmers are in the top 3 overall. Kistor top and Blank in third as they get to the final 20 metres. And Kistor is absolutely battering the rest of the pool here. It's a really good swim from him. It was 55.53 earlier on the board. He's going to beat that. Then come the rest of the pack. Harry Lewis Mitchell looks like he's got the gold out of the English swimmers. Samuel Goldrick silver, and bronze for Rory Huggins. Kistor and Blank will get gold and bronze on the commemorative scale respectively. But Lewis Mitchell of Stockport Metro wins out the English swimmers.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is now time for our next event. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the women's multi-class 50 metres freestyle. In 0 from Camden Swiss Cottage, Leah O'Connell. In 1 from Grantham, Hayley Milne. In 2 from Cockermouth, Drew Stables. In 3 from Wisbeach, Anya Falkus. In 4 from Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. In 5 from Norwich Swan, Catherine Marr. In 6 from Derwentside, Jay McCabe. In 7 from Staines, Maya Briscoe. In 8 from Cockermouth, Graceella Cooper Holmes. In 9 from Littlehampton, Georgia Howell. This is the women's multi-class 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your mark.
So we started the night with our multi-class swimming, going to end it as well with the next two races. The ultimate race happening right now in the women's multi-class 50-metre freestyle. And again, not about who touches first, but about who gets the most points overall after all 10 of them have touched the wall. Many different classifications in this, ranging from S6 all the way up to S13. Some impressive noise being made somewhere in the crowd or on Paul's side. Some impressive swims as well. Katie Crowhurst on 6:01. Provisional leader Jay McCabe just behind. Oh, and look at that from Ella Cooper Holmes. 602. She's stolen it by a point. Jay McCabe in third then on 5:98. How close was that? Well, there's your answer. 4 points between first and third. I've not seen many finishers like that in multi-class swimming in the last couple of years. Holmes from Crowhurst from McCabe in the women's MC 50 freestyle final.
Time now then for our next event, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the athletes to poolside for the men's multi-class 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Wirral Metro, Matthew Harding. In 1 from Royal Wolverhampton School, James Brown. In 2 from Portsmouth North Sea, Dominic Redpath. In 3 from Bridlington, Charlie Coulomb. In 4 from Hastings, Callum Pearson. In 5 from Mount Kelly, Benjamin Granger. In 6 from Leatherhead, Connor Ballard. In 7 from Mount Kelly, Finley Middleton. And in 8 from Bracknell, Owen Say. This is the men's multi-class 50 metres freestyle final.
Take your mark.
Final plunge of the night then. Who's going to be our last gold medalist of day number 2 here at the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018. What a night it's been. It's absolutely flown by, and this race threatening to do so as well. 2 S10 swimmers in 4 and 5. It will be Pearson who will lead out the S10s with Coulomb as well. But Granger on 583 leading out of the S10s. Then you've got 620 for Dominic Redpath. Well, so many high scores in that one, we'll have to possibly wait for confirmation. With Finley Middleton also getting 625 there. Almost like spinning plates, trying to see exactly who's got the most points, but it does look like Middleton, and it is. Confirmation of that now. 5 points ahead of Dominic Redpath. And third spot, James Brown of Royal Wolverhampton. For the S9 swimmers in second and third, but it's Finlay Middleton, S8 swimmer from Mount Kelly, who gets the final gold on offer tonight. Wow, what a night of racing here in Ponds Forge. And once again, a big thank you to you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us every step of the way tonight. It's been a real feast of action. And more to come in terms of medal ceremonies very shortly as well. Do stick around for those. I know a lot of you already are planning to do so. To pay your respects, congratulate and appreciate the swimming we have seen tonight. Busy action in the pool. Chance now very shortly to sit back and enjoy the medal presentations. Pay tribute to our superb performances on day 2 of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018. You've been getting in touch with us all night as well, the hashtag SC Swimming. The swimming has been coming by that thick and fast. It's been difficult to read them all out, but Karen says that she's hashtag cheering overload for Team Bath. Awesome swim from Alex Sharman. Don't forget to smile on that podium. I'm sure he's listening. And that very shortly we'll see if he's taken advice on board in that respect. Martin says, well done to Alex. The magic minute broken. And a bronze to boot too. Well done, adding to the Team Bath haul. A really good night for Team Bath tonight. No wonder the coaches have been smiling on the far side throughout. Also a good night for City of Oxford as well. They've been tweeting in, Newcastle tweeting their results as well. A good picture, really good picture from Paul. I don't know what camera they're using, but it's very good quality indeed. What a way to finish your first national final for the pair. Abby and Ella. Abby 4th in the 200 breast and Ella 6th in the 53 with a huge PB and a very good picture as well. Hashtag SE Swimming. Thank you for those.
It's victory ceremony time then, ladies and gentlemen. This is the medal ceremony for the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Please welcome the presentation party. The Swim England President, Richard Whitehead, accompanied by wife Susan Whitehead. The London Swimming President, Diane Gamble. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 year category, representing Guildford City, Louise Breslin. In the 14 year category, representing Dartmoor Darts, Emily Morgan Hughes. In the 15 year category, representing Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Rose Compton. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 year category, representing Stockport Metro, Caitlin Lanson. In the 14 years category, representing Wigan Best, Rachel Hornby. And in the 15 years category, representing Beckenham, Lydia Mitchell. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medal. In the 12-13 years category, representing Tiverton, Jodie Dilks. In the 14 years category, representing Central Bedfordshire, Imogen Lambert. And in the 15 years category, representing Millfield, Alice Chan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 200 metres breaststroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Emma Dixon. And in the 17 years and over category, representing City of Oxford, Maya Little. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, Katie Hawkins. In the 17 years and over category, representing City of Cambridge, Catherine Lovies. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Kingston upon Hull, Amy Corcoran. In the 17 years and over category, representing Exeter City, Dana Riordan. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Josefina B. Pedersen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Shortly, ladies and gentlemen, always appreciate your presence at these ceremonies as we are set to crown our age group champions very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 200 metres breaststroke. In the 13-14 years category, representing Thanet Swim, Oscar Miles. In the 15 years category, representing Crawley, Jamie Scott. And in the 16 years category, representing Team Bath, Matthew Hardick. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Isaac Hall. In the 15 years category, representing City of Oxford, Christopher Sims. And in the 16 years category, representing Warrington Warriors, Daniel Kinsella. the winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Cockermouth, Jack Smith. In the 15 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, Daniel Parsons. And in the 16 years category, representing Bishop Stortford, Nicholas Botha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 200 metres breaststroke. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17 years category, representing City of St Albans, Ralph Munser. In the 19 years and over category, representing City of Leeds, Jake Sykes. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Stephen Taylor. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Guildford City, Sergio Schetter. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17 years category, representing Deventio XL, Toby Arnolds. In the 18 years and over category, representing Stockport Metro, Kyle Boyek. And receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Kvik Kastrup, Jakob Jorgensen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 50 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 year category, representing Lincoln Vulcans, Laura Dickinson. In the 14 years category, representing City of Sheffield, Hermione Timms. And in the 15 years category, representing Team Ipswich, Emma Cruikshanks. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12-13 year category, representing City of Bradford, Hermione Rowe. In the 14 years category, representing Tigers Jersey, Lily Scott. And in the 15 years category, representing Guernsey, Laura Lacroix. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Sevenoaks, Eva Acaro. In the 14 years category, representing Anaconda, Sadie Golden. And in the 15 years category, representing City of Leicester, Samantha Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 50 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing City of Norwich, Charlotte Walker. In the 17 years and over category, representing Team Bath, Rhiannon Bowen. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Potters Bar, Emily Lush. And in the 17 years and over category, representing Potters Bar, Georgina Talon. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Redditch, Amelia Rods. Receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Kvik Kastrup, Yulia Svendsen. In the 17 years and over category, representing City of Oxford, Yasmin Tajali. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Prescott, Toby Hill. In the 15 years category, representing Guildford City, Ethan Habgoods. And in the 16 years category, representing Team Bath, Alexander Sharman. The winners of the silver medals. In In the 13-14 years category, representing Millfield, Matthew Hall. In the 15 years category, representing York City, Jason Robson. Receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Seals, South Africa, Jakob Arman. And in the 16 years category, representing City of Oxford, Maximilian Bolchato. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Millfield, David O'Loughlin. In the 15 years category, representing Hillingdon, Dylan Sharner. And in the 16 years category, representing Staines, Ross Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a slight amendment to the presentation for the women's 12 and 13 years 50 metres freestyle. Also receiving a bronze medal, representing Dulwich Dolphins, Marion Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Marion, receiving the bronze medal. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100 metres butterfly. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17 years category, representing City of Cambridge, Matthew Titman. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Surrey University, Rory Huggins. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17 years category, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Max Nugent. In the 18 years and over category, representing Oldham, Samuel Goldrick. And receiving the commemorative silver medal, representing Denmark, Nicholas Blanche. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the 17 years category, representing Derwentshire, Daniel Morley. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Stockport Metro, Harry Lewis Mitchell. receiving the commemorative gold medal, representing Denmark, Jonas Kistor. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our final ceremony. This is for the multi-class 50 metres freestyle. The winners of the bronze medals. In the men's event, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, James Brown. And in the women's event, representing Derwent side, Jane McKay. Winners of the silver medals. In the men's event, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Dominic Redpath. And in the women's event, representing Cockermouth, Grace Ella Cooper Holmes. The winners of the Swim England National Summer Meet 2018 gold medals. In the men's event, representing Mount Kelly, Finlay Middleton. And in the women's event, representing Wickham District, Katie Crowhurst. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. And a big thank you as well to our presentation party. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is just about us for the evening. It's been a long day, but goodness me, hasn't it been a fun day? Day 2 of the Swim England National Summer Meet has now come to a close. Those of you on the stream, those of you in the venue, thank you so much for watching today. We can't wait to do it all over again tomorrow. Do join us bright and breezy at 9 o'clock for the start of day 3. Finally, one last group of people to issue our thanks to, and that is our officials. Run out, welcome to lead the press. Good night, everyone.